Negative thinking holds us back in ways we often don't even realize. It can be an invisible force, subtly sabotaging our efforts, confidence, and vision. Whether we're aware of it or not, negative thinking is one of the biggest barriers between us and the success we seek. These thoughts feed on our fears and magnify our self-doubt, creating an environment where progress seems impossible, goals feel unreachable, and our dreams start to fade. But here's the thing: we have the power to break free from this cycle and change the course of our lives by eliminating negative thoughts and embracing a mindset of positivity and possibility. Think about it. We often focus on external circumstances, challenges, setbacks, and obstacles as the reasons we don't achieve what we want. But more often than not, it's our internal dialogue that holds us back. The reality is, our thoughts are incredibly powerful, influencing not only how we see ourselves, but also how we interpret situations and how we respond to the world around us. When our minds are clouded with negativity, even the best opportunities can look like risks, and even the simplest tasks can feel daunting. The first step in breaking this cycle is to become aware of our thoughts. Pay attention to what goes through your mind when you face a challenge or when you're working toward a goal. If you hear yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed," that's the negativity trying to keep you small, to keep you safe, or at least what it perceives as safe. Recognizing these thoughts is essential because it gives you the power to challenge them. Imagine if every time a negative thought crept in, you consciously countered it with something positive. Instead of "I can't do this," try "I'm capable and I'll figure it out," rather than saying "this is too hard," say "I have the strength to get through this." By replacing each negative thought with a positive one, you start reprogramming your mind, setting a new baseline for what you believe about yourself. Changing your mindset isn't just about being optimistic, it's about shifting your entire reality. When you believe you can succeed, you're more likely to take risks, to put yourself out there, and to keep going when things get tough. This doesn't mean that life will be easy or that challenges will magically disappear, but with a positive mindset, you'll approach these challenges with resilience and confidence. You'll begin to see roadblocks not as permanent barriers, but as hurdles you can overcome. When you kill those negative thoughts, you stop feeling like a victim of circumstance and start feeling like the driver of your own life. Of course, this change won't happen overnight. It takes time, practice, and patience. But think about the alternative. If you continue to allow negativity to rule your thoughts, what might you be missing out on? Every time you tell yourself you can't, every time you focus on failure instead of possibility, you're closing a door. But when you shift to a mindset of positivity, every door starts to open just a little wider. Opportunities feel closer, and you begin to see potential instead of problems. Goals that once seemed distant start to feel possible. You feel empowered to take action, to try again, to push a little harder, and to believe that your dreams are worth pursuing. One powerful way to eliminate negative thinking is to reflect on the limiting beliefs you hold. These beliefs often come from past experiences, perhaps from failures, disappointments, or other people's criticisms that stuck with us. Ask yourself, what are the specific thoughts that have kept you from reaching your full potential? What's that voice in your head saying when you're about to try something new? By identifying these patterns, you can start to understand where they come from and, more importantly, start to dismantle them. Once you recognize them, you can choose to reject these beliefs and replace them with ones that empower you instead. Taking control of your narrative is a powerful way to transform your life. Killing negative thinking doesn't mean you'll never have doubts or fears. It means you won't let those doubts define you or hold you back. You'll be in charge of your story, shaping it with courage and determination instead of letting fear drive. When you believe in your ability to overcome challenges, you won't shy away from risks. You'll move forward boldly, confident that you're capable of handling whatever comes your way. Our thoughts shape our actions, and our actions shape our lives. Each small effort to think positively, to believe in ourselves, and to counter negative thoughts with positive ones brings us closer to the life we want. When you start actively killing those negative thoughts, you're not just thinking positively, you're rewiring your brain for resilience, for hope, and for strength. Over time, this creates a new reality for you, one where self-doubt doesn't stand in your way, and where challenges become stepping stones instead of roadblocks. So today, let's make a commitment to ourselves. Let's commit to pushing back against the negative thoughts that hold us down. Let's commit to embracing our potential our strength, and our courage. Let's make the choice every day to kill our negative thinking and step boldly into the lives we deserve. This journey won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. Every time you choose positivity over negativity, you're building a life of purpose, a life driven by belief, and a life that reflects the greatness within you. Our mindset is a powerful tool that influences every decision, every challenge, and every opportunity we encounter. It's the lens through which we see the world, shaping not only how we interpret our experiences, but also how we respond to them. When we allow negative thinking to dominate, it restricts our growth, making everything seem harder and every goal feel out of reach. But when we cultivate a positive mindset, we start to realize just how much potential we have to shape our lives in meaningful, fulfilling ways. One of the most profound aspects of our mindset is its ability to either limit or expand our horizons. When we're trapped in negativity, we become our own worst enemy. Doubts creep in, telling us we're not good enough, not capable, or not deserving. These negative beliefs can quickly snowball, creating a narrative of fear and hesitation. We become afraid to take risks or pursue opportunities because we've convinced ourselves of the worst-case scenarios. This kind of thinking doesn't just hold us back, it can even prevent us from trying at all. Each time we allow ourselves to think, "I can't," we reinforce a belief that we're not capable of achieving more. Over time, these thoughts add up, creating a pattern that can be incredibly difficult to break. But here's the good news: we have the power to change this. Shifting to a positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, it means choosing to see potential rather than problems, growth rather than setbacks. By cultivating a mindset rooted in positivity, we begin to view challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. Rather than feeling defeated by obstacles, we see them as part of the journey, a necessary step that will ultimately make us stronger and more resilient. In this way, our mindset becomes not a barrier but a source of strength, allowing us to move forward with confidence and purpose. Changing our mindset starts with a conscious effort to be aware of our thoughts. Negative thinking can be deeply ingrained, often showing up as automatic responses to situations. When we face difficulty, we might immediately think, "I can't do this," or "this is impossible." But what if, instead of accepting these thoughts, we question them? What if, in those moments, we chose to say, "I'll find a way," or "I am capable of figuring this out"? With every positive affirmation, we begin to reshape our self-perception. We start to see ourselves as resilient, capable, and deserving. Over time, these new beliefs replace the old ones, and we build a foundation of confidence and self-trust. Having a positive mindset doesn't eliminate challenges, but it changes the way we approach them. A person with a growth-oriented mindset sees setbacks as opportunities for improvement rather than proof of failure. They understand that while they may not succeed every time, each attempt brings them closer to their goal. This perspective creates resilience, enabling them to bounce back from disappointments and try again with renewed determination. Instead of fearing failure, they see it as an essential part of their journey, a stepping stone that moves them forward. Imagine the difference this could make in our daily lives. With a positive mindset, we no longer shy away from new experiences or opportunities. We become willing to take risks, confident that even if things don't go as planned, we'll gain something valuable from the experience. Opportunities start to feel within reach, and the thought of pursuing our dreams becomes exciting instead of intimidating. When we believe in our own potential, we're more likely to push beyond our comfort zones, try new things, and strive for growth. Another important step in building a positive mindset is letting go of limiting beliefs, the false narratives we've internalized over time. These beliefs often stem from past experiences or negative feedback we've received from others. Perhaps we were told we weren't good enough or that we'd never succeed, and those words stuck with us. But just because we've held on to these beliefs doesn't mean they're true. By recognizing these thoughts for what they are, barriers rather than truths, we can choose to reject them and replace them with beliefs that empower us. Imagine how freeing it would be to say, "I am capable, I am resilient, and I am worthy of success." Taking control of our mindset also means taking responsibility for our thoughts. Instead of letting negative ideas run unchecked, we actively choose what we want to focus on. This process requires mindfulness and self-awareness, but the effort is worth it. With practice, positive thinking becomes more natural, transforming how we experience the world. Life doesn't necessarily become easier, but we become better equipped to handle its challenges. When negativity no longer controls us, we feel empowered to make decisions, set ambitious goals, and work toward them with unwavering confidence. Our mindset is the foundation of our reality. It shapes our self-image, influences our interactions, and determines how we interpret our circumstances. By committing to a positive mindset, we open ourselves up to new possibilities, allowing us to live fully and fearlessly. Every time we counter negativity with positivity, we strengthen our belief in ourselves, we become more resilient, more hopeful, and more motivated to pursue the things that truly matter to us. Today, let's make a promise to ourselves to choose positivity, to cultivate a mindset that uplifts rather than diminishes. Let's remind ourselves daily that we have the power to shape our lives, that we are capable of achieving great things, and that our dreams are worth the effort. By nurturing a positive mindset, we're not only building a better life, but also creating a future filled with possibility, purpose, and fulfillment. With each small step, each positive thought, and each act of self-belief, we're moving closer to the lives we deserve. Countering negativity with positivity can transform our lives in profound ways. Negative thoughts have a way of seeping into our minds, convincing us to doubt ourselves, our abilities, and even our worth. This kind of thinking not only holds us back, but can also drain our energy, confidence, and motivation. By choosing to replace negativity with positive affirmations and hopeful perspectives, we begin to break free from the grip of doubt and fear, setting ourselves on a path toward a fulfilling, empowered life. The impact of negative thinking is often subtle but powerful. It can begin as a small thought, something as simple as "I can't do this" or "I'm not good enough." Over time, however, these thoughts become patterns that start to define how we see ourselves and our potential. If we repeatedly tell ourselves that something is beyond our reach or that we're not capable, we'll start to believe it. This cycle becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, where our beliefs limit what we attempt and what we achieve. But imagine if, instead of letting negative thoughts define us, we made a conscious effort to counter them with positive affirmations. Rather than accepting "I can't," we say, "I'll find a way," and instead of "I'm not enough," we say "I am capable." Every time we choose positivity, we're taking a step toward building a stronger, more resilient mindset. Replacing negativity with positivity doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing to see the possibilities rather than the problems, and to view challenges as opportunities for growth. When we replace "I'll never make it" with "I'll keep trying," or "This is too hard" with "I am strong enough to handle this," we're giving ourselves a fighting chance. We're telling ourselves that while the road may be difficult, we have the strength, determination, and resources to keep going. In doing so, we set the stage for resilience, encouraging ourselves to stay committed even when things get tough. The process of countering negativity requires consistency and self-awareness. It's natural to have doubts and to experience moments of fear, but we don't have to let those moments define us. When we become aware of a negative thought, we have a choice to accept it or to challenge it. This awareness is the first step toward change. Each time we catch ourselves in a negative thought pattern, we can consciously decide to replace it with something empowering. Over time, these small, intentional choices start to add up, transforming not only how we think, but also how we feel about ourselves and our abilities. We become more confident, more hopeful, and more resilient. An important part of this process is embracing a positive internal dialogue. Our internal dialogue, or self-talk, is incredibly powerful as it shapes how we see ourselves and our potential. Negative self-talk tells us we're not capable or deserving, but positive self-talk lifts us up, reminding us that we have what it takes to succeed. Every time we tell ourselves "I am capable," "I am resilient," or "I am deserving of success," we're reinforcing a belief that can drive us forward. This inner voice becomes a source of support, something we can rely on even in difficult moments. Over time, positive self-talk helps us build a foundation of self-confidence, something essential for achieving our goals. Replacing negativity with positivity also requires us to challenge the beliefs we've held about ourselves. Sometimes, negative thinking is the result of past experiences, failures, criticisms, or disappointments that left a mark. We carry these beliefs with us, often without realizing how much they're holding us back. By taking the time to question these beliefs, we can start to see them for what they are: temporary setbacks rather than permanent truths. Instead of letting past experiences define us, we can redefine our narrative, focusing on our growth, our strengths, and our potential. This shift allows us to see ourselves in a new light, as people capable of overcoming challenges and achieving success. A big part of countering negativity with positivity is practicing gratitude. When we focus on the things we're grateful for, it shifts our perspective from what's missing or challenging to what's already good in our lives. Gratitude helps us see the positive aspects of our experiences, reminding us of the strengths and resources we have. By acknowledging our blessings, we create a more optimistic outlook, one that's more resistant to negativity. This practice can be as simple as taking a moment each day to reflect on a few things we're thankful for, whether it's the support of friends, a small accomplishment, or even the courage to keep going. Gratitude shifts our focus from limitations to possibilities, reinforcing a mindset that fuels resilience. Another way to counter negativity is to surround ourselves with positive influences. The people we spend time with, the media we consume, and even the spaces we occupy can all impact our mindset. When we're around others who believe in us and encourage us, it's easier to maintain a positive outlook. Similarly, choosing uplifting content, books, podcasts, or music can provide a source of motivation and encouragement, helping us stay focused on our goals. By creating an environment that supports our growth and positivity, we're giving ourselves the best possible foundation for success. Building a positive mindset is a journey, not an overnight transformation. It takes practice, patience, and persistence. But each time we replace negativity with positivity, we're moving closer to a life filled with confidence, purpose, and fulfillment. We're choosing to believe in our own potential, to focus on what we can achieve rather than what we fear, and to trust that we're capable of handling whatever challenges come our way. As we continue this journey, let's commit to embracing positivity, even in the face of difficulty. Let's make a promise to ourselves to counter negativity whenever it appears, to build a mindset that lifts us up instead of holding us back. By doing so, we're not only creating a better present, but also paving the way for a future full of possibility and success. Changing our mindset has the power to completely transform our reality. Our thoughts shape the way we see the world, the actions we take, and the goals we set for ourselves. A positive shift in mindset allows us to see opportunities where we once saw obstacles, to view challenges as steps on the path to growth, rather than as immovable roadblocks. When we alter the way we think, we begin to alter the life we experience, gradually creating a reality aligned with our potential rather than limited by our doubts. Consider the impact of our perspective on everyday situations. If we approach a challenge believing it's too difficult, that doubt will influence our motivation and focus. We may hesitate, procrastinate, or even give up. But if we instead approach the same challenge with the belief that it's achievable, that confidence and optimism influence how we tackle it. With a growth-oriented mindset, setbacks become learning opportunities, and mistakes are seen as temporary rather than permanent. This outlook not only keeps us engaged but also builds resilience. The simple act of believing we can make progress often leads us to try harder, explore solutions more deeply, and stay committed longer. Changing our mindset also affects the way we interpret success and failure. People who see failure as a reflection of their abilities are more likely to avoid risks or challenging situations. They tend to stick to what's safe and familiar because they fear what might happen if they fail. But those who adopt a growth mindset understand that failure is a natural part of learning and development. They view setbacks not as the end, but as valuable steps toward improvement. This mindset allows them to embrace new experiences, experiment with new approaches, and push beyond their comfort zones without fear of judgment or defeat. Each failure becomes a chance to refine their skills, test their ideas, and grow stronger. Another powerful effect of a mindset shift is that it expands what we believe is possible. When we're bogged down by a fixed mindset, we might not even entertain certain ideas or goals because we assume they're beyond our reach. A person with a fixed mindset might think, "I'm not the kind of person who can do that," or "I've never been good at this, so I shouldn't try." These thoughts serve as barriers, stopping us from pursuing dreams that might otherwise be within our grasp. However, when we adopt a growth mindset, we begin to see ourselves as adaptable, capable of learning, and able to achieve much more than we initially believed. This shift in perspective opens doors to possibilities that were once closed, allowing us to dream bigger and aim higher. Changing our mindset doesn't just impact our individual goals, it influences our relationships and interactions with others. When we approach situations with a positive, growth-oriented mindset, we tend to view people with more empathy and openness. Instead of judging others' actions or dismissing them based on preconceived notions, we give them the benefit of the doubt and believe in their ability to grow and improve. This leads to healthier relationships, stronger connections, and a more collaborative environment. We begin to encourage those around us, lifting them up rather than comparing ourselves to them or tearing them down. By focusing on positivity and growth, we create an environment where everyone feels supported and empowered to reach their potential. Changing our mindset isn't always easy, and it's not a quick fix. It requires ongoing effort, self-awareness, and a willingness to challenge the beliefs we've held onto for years. However, each small step toward positivity creates a ripple effect, gradually transforming the way we experience life. Over time, these mindset shifts allow us to build a life that reflects our true potential rather than one limited by self-doubt. The journey may be challenging, but every effort to cultivate a growth-oriented, resilient mindset brings us closer to a reality filled with purpose, possibility, and fulfillment. In choosing to change our mindset, we're choosing to see life through a lens of opportunity, to embrace growth, and to believe in our own potential. This shift empowers us to create a reality that aligns with our values, dreams, and aspirations. By nurturing a mindset that lifts us up rather than holds us back, we're actively building a future that is shaped by hope, resilience, and the unwavering belief that we can achieve what we set out to accomplish. Reflecting on our limiting beliefs can be a transformative practice, allowing us to understand the boundaries we place on our own potential. Limiting beliefs are those often unexamined thoughts and assumptions about ourselves, our abilities, or the world around us that constrain what we believe is possible. These beliefs can develop from past experiences, from things others have told us, or from societal pressures, and they frequently shape the way we approach challenges and opportunities. Taking the time to reflect on and challenge these beliefs can open the door to personal growth, self-confidence, and a life unbound by self-imposed limitations. These beliefs tend to operate beneath the surface, influencing our thoughts, decisions, and behaviors without us fully realizing it. They can manifest in subtle yet powerful ways, such as thoughts like, "I'm not smart enough to achieve that, I always fail at things like this." Or "people like me don't succeed in that field." When we believe these things, we limit ourselves from exploring new paths or reaching beyond our comfort zones. It's not that we lack the ability to succeed, but that we've accepted these beliefs as truth, allowing them to dictate what we will and won't attempt. The first step in breaking free from these limitations is recognizing and questioning the beliefs that hold us back. Reflecting on limiting beliefs requires self-awareness and a willingness to look honestly at the stories we tell ourselves. It can be uncomfortable to examine these beliefs, especially if we've been holding on to them for years. But through reflection, we begin to understand where these beliefs came from. Perhaps they stem from a particular incident in the past, from repeated criticism, or from societal expectations that convinced us to stay in our lane. When we identify the roots of these beliefs, we start to see them as stories rather than facts. This process helps us realize that just because we once thought something to be true doesn't mean it has to define our reality now. One of the most important aspects of challenging limiting beliefs is understanding that they often don't hold up under scrutiny. Many of these beliefs are based on assumptions or experiences that are no longer relevant to our current lives. For example, perhaps we were told by a teacher or family member when we were young that we weren't creative or good at math. Over time, we may have internalized these labels, accepting them as parts of our identity. But if we examine these beliefs critically, we might realize that they were never accurate reflections of our true potential. Maybe it wasn't a lack of ability, but a lack of support or encouragement that led to those early struggles. By reflecting on these experiences, we can see that these beliefs are not grounded in objective truth, but rather in outdated perceptions and moments in time that no longer apply to who we are now. When we bring these beliefs to light, we create the opportunity to replace them with more empowering ones. Instead of thinking, "I'm just not good at this," we can tell ourselves, "I am willing to learn and grow in this area." Instead of assuming, "I'll never succeed at this," we can say, "I'll take small steps and improve along the way." Shifting our mindset in this way not only helps us approach challenges with a sense of possibility, but also reinforces the idea that we are not defined by our past. Each time we choose to see ourselves as capable and adaptable, we're reinforcing a belief that allows us to move forward with confidence and determination. Reflecting on limiting beliefs also encourages us to reevaluate what success means to us personally, rather than what we've been taught to believe it should be. Sometimes our limiting beliefs are tied to societal standards or expectations that may not align with our authentic desires. We might have internalized the idea that success means following a specific career path, earning a certain amount of money, or achieving particular milestones by a certain age. But when we step back and examine these beliefs, we can redefine success on our own terms. This reflection frees us from the pressure to conform to external definitions and allows us to pursue goals that are meaningful to us. Breaking free from limiting beliefs also enhances our relationships. When we carry negative beliefs about ourselves, it can impact how we interact with others. If we feel unworthy or insecure, we may hesitate to speak up, to share our ideas, or to take risks. But as we challenge and replace these beliefs with positive ones, we begin to approach relationships with a sense of confidence and authenticity. We're no longer held back by fears of judgment or inadequacy, and we're more willing to connect with others openly. This shift doesn't just benefit us, it also enriches our relationships, creating stronger bonds built on mutual respect and understanding. Reflecting on limiting beliefs gives us the power to take control of our lives. Instead of feeling restricted by the expectations of others or past experiences, we realize that we are the authors of our own story. We have the power to decide what we believe about ourselves, and those beliefs shape the choices we make and the goals we pursue. When we reject limiting beliefs, we embrace our potential, allowing ourselves to dream bigger, aim higher, and explore possibilities that once seemed out of reach. Moreover, this reflection can be an ongoing practice. As we grow, new challenges may bring up limiting beliefs we didn't even know we had. But if we approach these beliefs with curiosity rather than acceptance, we can continue to expand our view of what we're capable of achieving. Each time we confront a limiting belief, we gain a little more freedom, a little more confidence, and a little more courage. Over time, this process leads to a life lived with intention, resilience, and a profound sense of self-worth. In the end, reflecting on limiting beliefs is about reclaiming our power. It's about choosing to believe in our potential rather than our fears, our growth rather than our doubts. Each belief we let go of makes room for something new: hope, courage, and a vision of ourselves that is no longer restricted by what we once thought possible. By continually examining and challenging our beliefs, we give ourselves the freedom to become the person we're truly capable of being, building a life that is not only fulfilling but authentically ours. Taking control of your narrative is about reclaiming the power to define who you are and what you can achieve. Each of us has a story we tell ourselves, shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and often the voices of others. Over time, however, these stories can become limiting if we let them go unchecked. We may unknowingly adopt a narrative that reflects doubts, past failures, or judgments imposed by others. By taking control of this narrative, we give ourselves permission to rewrite the parts that no longer serve us and to consciously shape a story that empowers and motivates us to reach our true potential. The first step in taking control of your narrative is recognizing the power that stories hold over our lives. Our internal narrative shapes our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. If we tell ourselves that we're not smart enough, not skilled enough, or not worthy of success, those beliefs will influence the choices we make, the risks we take, and the way we react to challenges. We might hesitate to pursue new opportunities thinking, why bother? I'll probably fail, but the opposite is also true, a positive. Empowering narrative encourages us to step outside our comfort zones, to take on challenges with confidence, and to pursue our dreams with purpose. When we become conscious of this influence, we can begin to challenge any negative beliefs and actively replace them with affirmations that reinforce our goals and values. Taking control of your narrative also means letting go of the labels that others may have imposed on you. Many of us carry stories about who we are based on the expectations or judgments of others. A parent, teacher, or peer may have once labeled us as quiet, not creative, or not leadership material. Over time, these labels become part of our identity, even if they were never accurate reflections of who we truly are. When we choose to question these labels and define ourselves on our own terms, we liberate ourselves from expectations that don't align with our aspirations. By letting go of imposed definitions, we make room to explore parts of ourselves we may have hidden away. Parts that, once embraced, can fuel our growth and success. A big part of taking control of your narrative is learning to view past experiences through a different lens. Our past doesn't define us, but the way we interpret it can have a lasting impact. Many people allow past mistakes, failures, or difficult experiences to dictate how they see themselves and what they believe they're capable of achieving. Instead of seeing a past failure as a sign of inadequacy, we can choose to see it as a lesson, a stepping stone that helped us learn and grow. This reframing allows us to honor our past without letting it limit our future. We are not the mistakes we made, we are the lessons we've learned and the resilience we've built along the way. Taking control of your narrative also means recognizing that setbacks are part of the journey and don't define the destination. Everyone faces obstacles, but those who take control of their narrative see setbacks as temporary, as challenges that can be overcome with persistence and creativity. Rather than saying, "This setback means I'm not cut out for this," they say, "This is a challenge I can rise above." This shift in perspective not only builds resilience, but also keeps us motivated to keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough. By focusing on our ability to adapt and persevere, we reinforce a story of strength and determination that will carry us through any difficulties. An essential part of controlling your narrative is embracing the power of self-affirmation. The way we speak to ourselves matters. Positive self-affirmations remind us of our strengths, our values, and our goals. They reinforce the belief that we are capable, deserving, and resilient. For instance, replacing "I'm not good enough" with "I am capable" and "I am constantly learning" creates a positive feedback loop. Every time we affirm our strengths and capabilities, we're reinforcing a story that empowers us, making it easier to stay motivated and confident. Over time, these affirmations shape our beliefs and ultimately become the foundation of our narrative.